In this video, we're going to be creating epic sunset using raw film footage, and we're going to be working with the file from Inspire Drone. So here we have drone footage zooming in or flying towards downtown. So we're going to be turning this into that. Okay, and it's going to be very simple, very straightforward. So first thing that I want to do, because it's not the proper, well, you can always adjust it, but it's not 4K DCI. So what I'm going to do, just zoom in a little bit so it matches my timeline, okay, just like this. And I'm going to do a new node, and this node I'm going to call saturation, okay? So we're going to go into saturation tab, and I'm just going to increase it to 100%. So we have nice saturated shot. Okay, so after that, what I'm going to do is do exposure. Okay, it's going to be basic exposure. I'm just going to drop it using offset, so it kind of touches bottom a little bit, but not too much. I really hate when blacks kind of go all the way down. All right, so now I'm going to do new node, and we're going to be doing parallel. In the first parallel node over here on top, I'm going to do a little basic kind of look to it. So I'm going to go in the blue channel, and I'm just going to drop it just a tiny bit. So it kind of a little bit more interesting, some interesting look going on. Okay, so this looks fine. Now, what else I can do? So in the second node, I'm going to do a little gradient. Okay, just like this. I'm going to drop it down. And for this gradient, I want to work exclusively with the skies. Okay, so I'm going to call this one sky. Just like that. And now I'm going to turn on the highlight. Let me go to the gradient again. Okay, something like this. I want to increase it. And I want to do tracking. Okay, I'm going to track it a little bit. So it kind of stays within the clouds. I really don't want to touch the actual downtown. Okay, over here. Let's track forward. Okay, it's sticking pretty well. Exactly what I need. Alright, so now that it's done, I'm going to go to qualifier. And I'm just going to qualify the luma, the brightness of it. And I'm going to do just the sky. If it touches a little bit of your actual buildings, it's fine. You know, we can do a nice soft gradient. Make sure that nothing is dancing. It's very important when you do any kind of qualification. Make sure you don't have crazy dancing noise going on. Otherwise, your qualification gonna suck. So, and for this one, I'm gonna do a little contrast, and I can bump it just a bit. Okay, so now before and after. All right, so that looks really good for now. Now I want to convert everything into more epic cinematic feel. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to create a new node, and we're going to use light rays. It's a very cool plugin. It comes with DaVinci Resolve. Okay, and it basically coming from the brightest source. In our case, I can use X and Y position to manually adjust where the ray's supposed to be coming from. Okay, let's do length. Okay, let's soften it just a bit. Make sure the position is kind of like this. It goes all the way. Looks perfect. But it still feels a little bit empty at the moment. It doesn't have that magic kick. So I'm going to disable it for a second. I'm going to come back to parallel. And I'm going to do another parallel node. Alt-P. And this one I'm going to call temperature. So now for this one, I'm actually going to borrow. Or no, never mind. We're not going to borrow anything. We're just going to do a new tracking. That would be better. It would be a little bit cleaner in our case. So let's do another tracking. You can copy and paste Control-C, Control-V over here, but since it's a tutorial, I'm going to do one more time. Okay, so for this one, again, we're going to be working with the secondaries, with a qualifier. I'm going to do exactly the same thing again. Okay, soft. And for this one, I'm just going to do increase the temperature just a bit. Okay, just like that. I really like the look of it. Okay, now be careful when you do that kind of stuff. Look at your blue channel. We can see that blue channel being crushed. We don't want to crush it all the way, so it's very important that you kind of preserve a little bit details. You can use mid-tone adjustment to also do a little bit of cranking. Okay, so really quick, before and after, we can see the difference. Okay, now let's go to the track. Let's track everything forward to make sure it sticks very nicely. Okay, it's gonna take a little second here. Okay, just like this. Now from that point, let's track backwards to make sure we have nice, accurate tracking information. Okay, looks great. Everything sticks. So now I'm going to enable our OFX. Okay, I'm gonna go to qualifier again, and I'm gonna do exactly the same thing again. I'm gonna be working with the brightest. Okay, soften it a little bit. Okay, just like that. So with this one, because it's kind of interesting light, we can simulate now that it's actual sunset. So for this one, I can do increase it a little bit more. Okay, just like that. Okay, looks perfect. Let's check it out, before and after. We created this dramatic dynamic lighting that falls onto the city. Now we can also, if we want, match overall city feel of that. So if I'm gonna do a new node, okay, just like this, we can do in a qualifier as a secondaries, we can select all the buildings. Okay, kind of like this. It looks fine for now. Let's see. A little dancing, but okay, a little more finesse. Okay, let's see. Okay, something probably. Let's soften it a bit. A slight denoising. Okay, maybe just a tiny bit. Okay, now a little more. A little more. It's very important that the selection is nice and clean. Otherwise, it's not gonna look good. Okay, so let's make it less. Let's see. All right, like this should do. Okay, and now we can either match it with the temperature. We can make the whole thing looks like it's a sunset. Or if we don't want to go that route, we can basically using a regular lift to kind of make it a little darker like that. We can adjust basically the blackness of this. So instead of that little blue, we can make it appear a little bit darkish greenish. Okay, let's do full screen. Okay, before and after, before and after. Okay, so we turn simple shot into a very nice dynamic sunset shot. So thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.